Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria. For those of you that don't know me, today I will be recording a video on what my pumping setup is and the pumping must-haves. So you will be spending a lot of time pumping, especially if you are exclusively pumping. So you will want to find a comfortable spot in your home where you can pump. I'm gonna show you where I personally like to pump and also the things that you will absolutely need. Okay, so how I set myself up to pump is I will sit down on this recliner. It's the most comfortable spot in the house. I have my pump right next to me. So I have this little table here next to the recliner so that I can set anything down that I need to set down, like bottles or anything like that. I also like to keep either some tea or a bottle of water next to me that I can drink while I pump. So obviously you're gonna need a pump. I use the Medela Pump in Style. It's the only pump I've ever used, so I don't have a whole lot to compare it to. I know I have heard that it is pretty loud compared to other pumps, and I would agree. I mean, it makes a lot of noise. I myself think it's a little bit soothing. I mean, I remember being up at 2 in the morning pumping and it put me to sleep. I thought it was soothing, but it is a lot louder. Just to keep that in mind. I also didn't get it with like a battery. I believe it's the Spectra comes with the rechargeable battery, which a girl that I work with told me the battery would last her 2 to 3 days. So that's definitely something to look into, having a rechargeable battery. I got pretty lucky because my vehicle has an outlet that I can actually plug it into. It's not one of those car ones. It's like a regular outlet I can plug it into. So sometimes I do need to pump in the car if we're traveling or anything, and that comes in very useful. I have also seen cords that you can get for your vehicle that you would put where the car charger goes into. So after you have your pump, you're gonna need all the parts that go with it. Obviously the flanges are gonna be the most important things, and then you can attach any regular size bottle to them. I have never had to go up to the bigger size bottles. I just use the 5 ounces. I don't know if that's different for any of you. I know at one point I would wake up in the morning once I stopped pumping at night and I would pump, 20 ounces. So I would just switch out the bottles and grab another one and fill that one up and keep doing that. I don't know. It wasn't too much of an inconvenience for me. Your pump is also going to come with these hoses, and I will tell you that I've had to replace them once already. I bought replacement ones from Amazon. I believe it was maybe $12. They got moldy inside, and I don't think it was anything that I did. I think like moisture will just collect inside of them from the milk, I imagine, and they do get moldy, so just be prepared to have to replace those. When I first started pumping, I would hold the flanges on. I would sit there just holding them on. Sometimes I would take turns, do one and then 10 minutes later do the other one, and it was so time consuming. When I took my son into his doctor's visit with the pediatrician, she was so helpful. She had twins, so she had so much advice on breastfeeding, on anything that I needed. So I told her, how I was pumping. She asked me if I had a hands-free pumping bra. I said, I don't, which she recommended that I get one right away. And I didn't realize how tired I was getting until I went and I found one, and I found like the cheapest one that I could find was maybe $9, and I actually found it at Walmart. Haven't been able to find another one, and this is what it looks like. So you put it around yourself, and then you'll zip it up, and then you can put the flanges in there, and it makes such a difference. You can pump faster because you're not taking turns doing one at a time. It's actually better if you pump both sides at the same time for milk production, I've heard. But it's also better for yourself because you're not crouching over holding on to these. Your posture is better, your back won't hurt as much. So, you know, I'm not one to push products. You don't need to go out and spend all of this money. You know, you just need your pump, the things that come with it. You need some bottles to put on the flanges, but this is a must have. If you don't have one, you need to find one today. And unfortunately, since this was the cheapest one that I could find for $8-9, I've been looking and been looking. I do have another one that is a nursing / pumping bra. I'll insert the link of the one that I have below, which it is good, but it's not my favorite. This one that I have here has been my absolute favorite. Another thing that I used while I was breastfeeding and still latching my baby on was the Haakaa or Haakaa. I believe it's pronounced Haakaa. So how this works is you would pull it down like this and then put it on, and then I would put it on like this, squeeze it, put it around your nipple, and then you release and it'll stay on. So when I was using this, I would have my baby latched on one side and then use this on the other side to try and save some time, so that I could remove or empty my breast while my baby was latched on and feeding, and it would save me time instead of breastfeeding and then going to pump. I wasn't the biggest fan of this. I feel like it wasn't really emptying my breast like I wanted it to. I wouldn't use this as the only way. This is maybe like a backup option. I don't think that this could be used for increasing your milk supply either. When you are pumping, it is going to be very time consuming, I would say. I would pump for about 15 to 20 minutes when I was trying to increase my milk production. I am trying to wean myself off very slowly at this point. My baby is about 9.5 months, and I have a pretty good stash that I need to go through. You know, before he turns 1. I know that he can still drink it even after he's 1, but I don't want to have this stash around forever. So I am weaning myself off, and I am pumping every 6 hours now. That's all I pump. I'll pump between 3 to 4 times a day. And I only pump for 15 minutes max. So I have one more thing that I want to share that I haven't shared in my other videos, and that is the nipple shield. So when I tried latching my baby on, he would not latch for anything. Once I started using this, it was a lot better to latch him on. I also didn't get cracked nipples. I didn't have any bleeding. My nipples weren't too sore. I mean, it was bearable. So I definitely recommend you get this if you're having issues with latching on. I quit latching my baby on after 3 months. Once I went back to work, I wasn't really able to latch him on anymore, but I did continue to exclusively pump, and it has been 6 months now of exclusively pumping. Now for the nipple shield, it does come with a case that you can put it in, which is going to help keep it clean, because when you're spending so much time pumping, you'll probably want to have something with you to pass the time. It can be your phone, it can be a book, you can watch TV while you pump. It'll make the time go by faster, make it a little bit more enjoyable. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. Please let me know what you think of this video in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.